Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another evening edition of the Grow Rich, Grow Happy Crypto Show. Guys, in this episode, I want to talk about Bitcoin, and I want to talk about altcoins and why you have to understand what the difference between your long-term goal and your short-term goal when it comes to cryptocurrency. And every now and then throughout my day, I see different articles pop up. And one of the things I'm always watching for is people who have a lot of influence leading people astray. Now, that's not to say I'm not casting stones or anything or saying that, my advice is better than the next man's advice or female's advice. But I just want you guys to free think for yourself. Don't just digest information. When you digest it, taste it, understand, what this person is saying, and then step back and say, where are they in their goals? Are we on the same journey, or are they so far ahead of me that they can't even relate to me? That's what this is about, guys. Guys, this is your first time here to Grow Rich, Grow Happy. I guarantee it's not by accident. I believe everything happens in its divine time. I am Mr. Foresight. It is my mission to get you as close or past your crypto goals, your goals for your family, your goals for your life. Mainly, understand yourself a lot better and develop a stronger than anything mindset. We do that on this channel by way of crypto. I try to break it down in an easy, digestible way that you can taste and put it on a child's level, so that you can really look at it, understand it, and share it with your friends and family. By all means, always share these videos with friends, family, loved ones, someone that could use some positivity in their life. Guys, if this sounds like something that floats your boat, by all means, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss a video. Take a look down below at all of the goodies that I have, one of which you guys already know about the cold storage wallet. Get you a cold storage wallet before you do anything else. If you're here, I guarantee you're serious about your crypto. I have a 10% discount down below on Tangent wallets that do go to support the channel. And also make sure you go over to growrichgrowhappy.com and put in your email address so that you can download your free crypto research guide, so that if you're new to crypto, maybe you don't even have to be new, it can kind of point you in the right directions and show you, things you should be looking for when you come up off your hard-earned money. Okay, with that being said, guys, we're going to talk about this article I came across, and it's by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, I'm sure some of you have heard that name before. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've read that more than once. My favorite, though, by him is the Cash Flow Quadrant. I like that one above all of them. But, I even got the board game of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, of getting out the rat race. These are the things I take serious, and I like to ensure that my family are financially aware. So we play nerdy games like that sometimes, and we have these nerdy conversations about finances. But it's just my way of trying to give back and give them something that I never had growing up. So he has long been outspoken about Bitcoin and his belief that Bitcoin is digital gold, like everyone else believes and understands. But he gave some advice that, depending on who you are, I don't look at it as negative advice, but I do want you to understand it a little bit. And the title of this article, guys, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad author says that Bitcoin is the easiest way to get rich. Even 0.01 Bitcoin could be life-changing. So let's unpack this a little bit. What he is saying, guys, Bitcoin currently right now, to making of this video, is trading at almost $808,000. Yeah, a tenth of $1,000,000. So he's saying that, and I'll go over here and I'll show you this math. So he's saying that right now, even 0.01 Bitcoin could be life-changing. So let's see what he's talking about. So what he's saying, that even if you come up off some money and you to put in 0.1, you're going to spend roughly $1,074 to buy Bitcoin. So let me jump back over here, because that is important. A lot of people that don't understand cryptocurrency, they'll look at that and say, well, let me go take out a loan. And I ain't saying you have to take out a loan, but well, let me go into my bank account. Let me take out $1,000 and let me throw it in Bitcoin. And guess what? I'm going to be rich. Well, I think the thing you have to understand here, rich in how long? How long it's going to take? I realize on this channel that we have all age ranges in here, guys. I'm no young whippersnapper. So we have all ages. We have baby boomers. We have generation. Every generation is on here. So depending on where you are, that depends on your timeline. It also depends on what are you trying to do for your family. Now, there's people on here that might look at that and say, I might not be here to see it, but let me throw $1,000 in Bitcoin. Let me put that to the test and let me get 0.01 Bitcoin and leave it to my kids. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's saying that Bitcoin is going, these his words, even 0.01 of Bitcoin is going to be priceless. You hear me? Priceless in 2 years and maybe make you rich. Now let's first unpack something. This is what I'm talking about. Looking at him, he's been around a long time. He got a lot of his money out of his games and stuff like that he made, his books, but real estate, that's where a lot of his money came from. So you're looking at somebody here that's, and I ain't saying that he got the same bag that someone like a Michael Saylor has, but he's up in that top tier. So he's speaking on that. He's holding a bag of Bitcoin, a big bag. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to get everybody to get in, but you got to ask, is he trying to do this based on, selfish gains, or is he just so like we feel about Zebic, like we feel about the XRPs, is he that type of Bitcoin maxi where he's just into it like that? We have to ask ourselves that. So, because I look at it and I say, dude, you're a multi-millionaire. You're telling a lot of people this that don't have a lot of skin in the game. Some of these people are new to Bitcoin. So I did some math and my math came back and it says, like, the analysts, they're saying with Bitcoin could reach within a decade. He's saying that it could be priceless in just a couple years. Everything I looked at said we could be looking at $1 million Bitcoin one day, possibly 10 years from now. But just for giggles, if Bitcoin was to hit $1 million, guys, your 0.01 Bitcoin that you buy today would be worth $10,000. $10,000 based on $1 million. Now, depending on who you are, that's a lot of money. It could be. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money. It could be life-changing money to some people. But you have to ask yourself, how long do you have? The reason we go off into the Zebics and the XRPs and a range of all of these other projects that we get in and altcoins that we get in, including meme coins, is because we're looking at something that's not going to take that long, that's going to take a little bit of money. So if I take that, and I'm going to do this right quick, I'm going to go over here, Coinbase. Now I'm going to go to Coin here, and I'm going to go to, let me do this for you right quick, guys. I'm going to take you over here because we're going to do this with Zebic. I'm going to use it, being that I just talked about Zebic. I'm going to use Zebic, and we're going to jump over here. So if I do this with Zebic and we do the same thing, and I'm just going to say we're going to spend that same $1,074. If we spend $1,074 right now, we're going to get 226,000 Zebic tokens. This is why we buy altcoins, guys, because you look at that and you say, okay, we're pushing. I'm looking at a dollar. I'm still looking at $1, guys, whether they do it now or later. But I'm saying that the community, how powerful this community is, it can push a token the likes of Zebic up to $1, and you're going to make more money in the short term. So now think, you have $1,000 you just spent in you just used to buy over 200,000 Zebic tokens. If it even comes close to $1, guys, look at all the money you're going to have. And you don't think Zebic is going to go to like close to $1 or above within that 10-year time frame, or even before the 2-year time frame that he's saying Bitcoin is going to be priceless? So this is my thing. You do that. Say you take his advice and you do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You choose to do what you choose to do. But the reason we show you, and I show you, opportunities like Zebic, XRP, XPR, and all of them, is because I know a lot of people are not the Robert Kawasaki's, and not the Michael Saylors, or not the Black Rocks. You don't just have a lot of spare cash laying around that can truly transform your life really, really fast. And then you can take that money and you can put it, say, in a Bitcoin, and then you can store some of your value like that. It's just that I wanted to make this because when I see stuff like that, I say I have to look at it. I want you guys to put it in context on who he's communicating with, who he's talking to, and from what position he is sitting. When we get into our plays here on Grow Rich, Grow Happy, I'm looking for us to find those diamond in the roughs, guys, the Zebics, a lot of the other plays that we talk about here, that $1,000 would take you, I believe, further, faster than, say, a Bitcoin. Not to remove Bitcoin or anything, I believe still it's worth holding, but only if your house is in order and your portfolio is in order. You guys let me know down below. What would you do with $1,000? Would you, at this point in time, would you put it in Bitcoin and buy 0.05? I said too much. Would you put it in Bitcoin and buy 0.01 Bitcoins? Or would you put it in an altcoin and gamble? If it's gambling, I say, if you do your research, it removes the gambling aspect. Would you rather put it in an altcoin, make more money, take care of your business, and then store some of that in Bitcoin? Let me know down below what you guys think. As always, share these educational crypto videos with your friends, family members, loved ones. To the next one, guys, smash that like button. I'm out.